Welcome to this week's Maryland's Missing and the Murdered. Maryland's Missing and the Murdered is a weekly YouTube channel that covers the topic of missing and murdered individuals from the state of Maryland. This week, I am covering the Edgewood, Maryland workplace shooting. The shooting occurred on October 18th, 2017, and on October 18th, 2020, the criminal trial began. On October 18, 2017, at Advanced Granite Solutions in Edgewood, Maryland, it was just an ordinary workday, making customized countertops. Around 8:48 a.m., police officers in Harford County responded to the business after reports of a shooting. Surveillance video in the business showed one of the granite machine operators, 37-year-old Radhi Prince, motioning for his co-workers to gather around him. When Prince was out of view of the camera, the co-workers began to fall over and others starting to run. Radhi Prince then came into view holding a gun. He pointed it at a man on the floor and shot him. A surviving victim, Enoch Sosa, spoke with WBAL reporters in 2018 and stated that he was unaware of the shootings and had asked Prince what was going on. Prince told him to shut up, and then Prince shot him as well. Prince then left the business and fled the area. Radhi Prince had been working at Advanced Granite Solutions for 4 months. Co-workers stated that Prince was always angry and had a temper. His previous employer at JPS Marble and Granite fired him for punching a co-worker and had to file a peace order on him. One of Prince's neighbors in Elkton, Maryland, told the Baltimore Sun that he was unapproachable and combative. When the police started searching for Radhi Prince, they discovered he had a long arrest record with 40 arrests, including charges for failure to appear, violation of probation, burglary, theft, assault, and offensive touching. When police arrived at Advanced Granite Solutions, 3 men were deceased and 2 were still alive. Those killed were 53-year-old Bayar Saikin Tudev, 34-year-old Jose Romero, and 48-year-old Enis Muravjavak. 2 men transported to the hospital were Enoch Sosa and Jose Guillen. Everyone in the surrounding area started looking for Radhi Prince. He had fled up I-95 north into Delaware, where he shot another man in Wilmington. Around 7:30 p.m., Prince was walking in a Newark, Delaware neighborhood when the police spotted him. Prince started to run, throwing the gun. He was apprehended and the gun was retrieved 75 feet from where he was eventually captured. Delaware authorities tried him first in that attempted manslaughter, and he was found guilty in May 2018. He was sentenced to 40 years in that case. Fast forward to October 18, 2020, the first day of Radhi Prince's trial in Maryland, where he was charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder, and 2 further firearm charges. In the opening statement, prosecutors played the surveillance video for the jury. 3 people testified that day. Surviving victim Jose Guillen testified how he was running when the bullet hit him. Quote, "I felt something very hot in my head," end quote, he said. The bullet entered the back of Guillen's head and left a scar, which he showed to the jury. He said the injury made him lose 70% of his vision in his right eye and causes him back pain and headaches. He now wears glasses, which he did not need before the shooting. One of the Advanced Granite Solutions owners, Ibrahim Cusick, also testified, saying that Prince was a skilled granite cutter, capable of operating 3 large cutting machines at once. He said Prince was hardworking and focused on the job, but he did not socialize much with his co-workers. Quote, "He was one of the best machine operators we ever had," end quote, Cusick said. Quote, "He just did not want to stop," end quote. The other surviving victim, Enoch Sosa, showed the jury where the bullet entered his head on the right side just above his ear. He was in the hospital for a month and had 2 surgeries. He told the jury that half of his face, quote, does not work, end quote, and he cannot lift heavy things with the right side of his body anymore.
Notes during some of the testimony, and jurors saw graphic photos of the shooting scene.
We have multiple witnesses saying it's a shooter.
3 years ago this week, prosecutors say Roddy Prince gathered his co-workers together and then opened fire on them at a granite business in Edgewood, Harford County, killing 3 and injuring 2 others who survived, including Enoch Sosa, who has lasting injuries.
You believe in miracle? Look at me. I'm a miracle of your life. And what do not kill you make you stronger.
Now, Prince is finally on trial for the shootings. His lawyers claim he's not criminally responsible, an insanity defense. They also allege he was picked on at work before he snapped. While prosecutors say Prince's shootings were premeditated, they claim he's a cold-blooded killer. Shortly after the mass shooting, Prince's sister told me he was a ticking time bomb.
A ticking time bomb means that anything that he doesn't like, he was going to get revenge somehow.
One of the first sheriff's deputies to respond that day testified Tuesday, telling jurors there was blood all over the floor. It was like a scene from a horror movie. WJZ has previously reported on red flags in Prince's behavior, including a protective order a former boss filed against him, saying he feared him after Prince punched a co-worker. Prince also had a lengthy criminal record in Delaware, where he fled after the killings and barged into a used car business in Newark. This is video of Prince after he shot an acquaintance there. Prince is serving a 40-year sentence for that crime. He faces life in prison if convicted in the Harford County killings. Now, because of the pandemic, those observing the courtroom proceedings are kept in a separate courtroom where they have to watch it on closed-circuit television. And in order to even enter the courthouse, you have to fill out a health questionnaire and have your temperature taken.
The state of Maryland is seeking life in prison, while the defense is claiming that he was criminally not responsible. The trial continues throughout the week. I will keep you updated on the verdict of the trial. Thank you for joining me this week. If there is a Maryland's Missing or Murdered case that you would like to see on this channel, email me at marylandsmissing@gmail.com. Music is by Silent Vengeance. Sources will be listed in the outro. Please like and subscribe. Click the bell so you will be notified when the next cases are released. I will see you again next week. Be kind to one another. You never know what will happen tomorrow.